What's going on, fellow alchemists? Sam here. Welcome to Astrology. Today we'll be talking about Venus in the second house and what that means in your chart and how you can interpret it when you're reading your chart or the chart of somebody else. So let's just get to it. So the second house, immediately when I think of Venus sitting in the second house, I immediately think of the Kardashians. Just the Kardashians. I mean, when we talk about Venus sitting in the second house, we're talking about our comforts. The second house represents our comforts, it represents our resources, it represents our family, it represents the kind of relationship we have with our family. So when you have monetary gains as well sitting in the second house, and you bring Venus with her Venetian aesthetics, her wonderful pleasures, her enjoyment, and you put it in the second house, immediately Kardashians. Kardashians, that's it. You know, so Venus really is captured. I mean, of course, there's so much more to Venus than that. But in the second house, what Venus is doing in esoteric astrology is she's going into the house of Taurus here. In Aries, she came out into the world. She was that spark, which is why in the first house, when Venus is sitting in the first house, she's in your appearance. But now she's in the way you try and settle that appearance down into the world. Because here Venus is trying to reconsolidate herself. She now recognizes that she is something. And now she goes into the second house where now she tries to settle down on something. So she builds up that something for herself. So that's why Venus in the second house is all about your comforts, your creature comforts, your family, your monetary gains, the enjoyments and pleasures of this. So when you have a strong aspect or strong aspects to Venus, which is sitting in your second house, you usually like to have comforts. And I'm not just talking about the normal everyday food on the table. You know, these are the people that like sushi and, Kardashians. Okay, so always remember that Venus predominantly refers to, when Venus is sitting in your second house, always refers to your creature comforts and how you like to feel when you're at home. And when it's in the esoteric astrology, this is the point where Venus is trying to settle her energies into the earth. Because second house is linked to Taurus, so it's earthly fixed energy. So Venus is using a Venetian energy and settling into the earth through this sign and through this house. But again, Kardashians. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at Venus and what sort of aspects are aspecting Venus to really get an understanding and judgment of what kind of positioning Venus will come out with in regards to her influence in your chart through the second house. Is it a good Venus? Is she exalted? Is she in an enemy sign that's sitting on top of your second house? All these kind of things need to be understood when you look at Venus and the second house. Always remember though that Venus exalts in the second house and exalts in Taurus. She also exalts in the seventh house and in Libra. However, Venus also takes up different types of personalities in each of these houses. In Taurus, she's more of that typical commercial Venus, that commercial energy that you like to see on TV, generally very beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, rather bodacious and sensual because she's in the earth sign. But when she jumps over to Libra, she's more conformed, she's more uniform, she's more almost very masculine in a way because she's getting prepped to go to war in Scorpio. So keep that in mind, that the Venus sitting in the second house is where the sensuality really shows itself and exudes on the body and across the kind of arena that she has to play when she's coming through sitting in your second house. So fellow alchemists, that's Venus in the second house. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and if you have any comments, hit me up in the comment section down below. I'll see you next time for Venus in the third house. Cheers. Bye.